That's kind of the point, is that the issue that I have, even being here today, is that we got a bill so late in its process that it has multiple errors. Numbers are off, projects that weren't in and out. I think that is, I think that's the elephant in the room amongst others. There's multiple elephants in this room, but this particular one is, Mr. Chair, this bill came so late to us. The process was not clear, the process was rushed, and I think that this really spells that out, that we didn't do our work well enough, and in particular, you, Mr. Chair, and the House didn't do its work to get a bill that was in the shape that we all could have worked on, and that is shown by the reviser's report. I really think that we shouldn't be here today, Mr. Chair. We should have passed a good bill. We should have went through the process. We should have been able to. I'll allow my colleagues to get on what happened on the last day and the transportation and what happened and people running across the street and going and the speaker going, "Sine die," that's not here. But just beyond that commentary, I just think that just the reviser's report in of itself, which should have been caught during session. This bill should have been out our bill was out May the 2nd. The governor's recommendations were out months before that. We should have been able to see this bill, and if there were errors, we should have been able to fix that either with the bill or with the reviser's bill at the end of session. I really am disappointed, Mr. Chair. You're a friend of mine, but I'm really disappointed in you and your caucus and the way in which we've gone through this process. And I may have further questions about this, but I think we should start with a really strong statement that us in the Senate, those conferees, and maybe I'm not speaking for Senator St. John, but certainly the DFL Senate is really disappointed in this process.
Well, thank you, Senator, for those remarks. I appreciate your criticism. I welcome your reference to elephants. Perhaps if we had a few more here, we'd be in better shape. Beyond that, though, I don't mean to make light of this. This is serious work. We're doing the best we can. Many of these changes came at a very late hour, and that's as a result of the way negotiations proceeded among leaders. I will not go further into that because what I'm here today to do is to try and look forward. I think many of us here are interested in working on this issue, moving forward in a way that we do what's best for the state of Minnesota. And in order to do that, I believe it's important that we outline what the intent of House File 622 was. That's what we are attempting to do today, to demonstrate to the public what was intended to be in that bill and how the language of the bill and the spreadsheet related. I will leave it at that, Senator. Representative Hausman.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to come to your defense. In defense of the House Chair, you were caught in a timeline not of your making, I know. And I know you would have done this on a different schedule, and you and the staff would have worked very deliberately. But the whole context of the session was driven at another level with leadership discussions. And I think it's important to say this wasn't a decision on your part or any of yours. We actually do have an answer to your question, though, because I happen to have a House DFL research person who does amazing work, and she tells me there were at least 29, and then she gave me the visual. She has a copy where she has put tabs at all of them so that we can find them all. I thought it makes for a great visual to know the amount of corrections that had to be done. But when you make an intentional decision to wait with all the major bills till the last minute, there is no way the staff can do their work. We gave them an impossible task to do.